Good morning, students. Welcome to today's class. In the last class, we learned how to solve quadratic inequalities. In today's class, we can learn how to solve the quadratic inequality which is in rational form. Example 2.16. Find a quadratic polynomial f of x such that f of 0 is equal to 1, f of minus 2 equal to 0 and f of 1 equal to 0. Okay. So you have to find the quadratic polynomial and these three values are given. So it is given x equal to minus 2, x equal to 1 are zeros of f of x. How we are writing this line? You see here when we replace x by minus 2 and when we replace x by 1, we are getting the remainder as 0, isn't it? So these two values will be the zeros of f of x. Zeros means roots of f of x. So you can write the quadratic polynomial in this way. A constant into, you take this minus 2 to this side, okay, x plus 2 into, same way take this 1 to this side, it will become x minus 1. So the quadratic polynomial will be in this form, a constant into x plus 2 into x minus 1 for some constant k. Now you can take the next condition, f of 0 equal to 1 we have, isn't it? So f of 0 equal to 1 means replace x by 0 here. So k into 0 means here 2 will get here 1. So 2 into minus 1, it is minus 2. So minus 2k is equal to, in the right hand side we have 1, which implies k value is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now replace this k value in equation 1. So f of x is equal to minus 1 by 2 into x plus 2 into x minus 1. Now you can simplify this, minus 1 by 2 into, multiply both the values. So x into x square. So in next x term, how you can find a 2x, then minus x. 2x minus x means it will be x. Then 2 into minus 1, it is minus 2. It is equal to, you can take this minus 1 by 2 inside. So you will get minus 1 by 2x square minus 1 by 2x plus 1. This is only our f of x value. So next question, we have to construct a cubic polynomial function with rational coefficients having zeros at x equal to 2 by 5, 1 plus root 3 such that f of 0 equal to minus 8. So this is also like the previous sum only, but here you want to construct a cubic polynomial. So the degree will be 3. Solution, it is given one root is 1 plus root 3, isn't it? So it is of the form a plus b root b. So the other root you can say 1 minus root 3. Its conjugate also will be a root. Okay. So since 1 plus root 3 is a 0, 1 minus root 3 is also a 0. So now you can write the polynomial. The polynomial will be of this form only. F of x is equal to k into, first root is what, 2 by 5 we have here, isn't it? So you can write it as x minus 2 by 5. Then the next root is this, x minus of 1 plus root 3. So that minus, when you take it inside, like this you'll get. Then x minus of this value. So this will become minus, this will become plus. So f of x is equal to, I'm multiplying the last two terms, okay. So this x minus 1 you take it as a and root 3 you take it as b. So a, here you can see a plus b into a minus b form, isn't it? So you can write it as a square minus b square. So x minus 1 the whole square minus root 3 the whole square. Root 3 the whole square is 3. And it is also given f of 0 is equal to minus 8. So f of 0 is equal to minus 8 means replace x by 0 here. So k into, when we replace x by 0, you'll get minus 2 by 5. Here minus 1 the whole square is 1. 1 minus 3 means minus 2 you'll get. Then this minus into minus plus, okay, and we'll get 4. On both the side you can cancel 4. So you'll have 1 minus 2 here. And when you cross multiply it, you'll get minus 10. So k value is equal to minus 10. Now you can replace that k value in equation 1. So f of x is equal to minus 10 into x minus 2 by 5 into x minus 1 the whole square minus 3. So it is equal to minus 10 into x minus 2 by 5 into, you can expand that, x minus 1 the whole square is x square minus 2x plus 1. Then it is equal to minus 10 into x minus 2 by 5 into, here we have 1 and minus 3, isn't it? 1 minus 3 can be written as minus 2. Then here you can take the LCM. So 5x minus 2 by 5 you'll get. Then in the next line you can cancel this 5. So you'll get minus 2 into, the remaining terms will be same. So it is minus 2 into 5x minus 2 into x square minus 2x minus 2 equal to, take this minus 2 inside. So it will be minus 10x plus 4 into x square minus 2x minus 2. Now you can multiply the terms one by one and you can simplify. You'll get this answer. Minus 10x cube plus 24x square plus 12x minus 8. The next sum, example 2.18. Prove that AP plus Q equal to 0 if f of x is equal to x cube minus 3px plus 2q is divisible by g of x is equal to x square plus 2ax plus a square. So it is given f of x equal to x cube minus 3px plus 2q is divisible by g of x equal to x square plus 2ax plus a square. Okay. So if listen, what is given here, this function is divisible by this function, isn't it? So you can write this one first. X cube minus 3px plus 2q is equal to, this will be one of the factor. Okay, since it is divisible by this value, this is one of the factor. The other factor you have to find out. You see in the left hand side, the highest degree is what? 3, isn't it? And here for this factor, the highest degree is 2. So for the next factor, the highest degree will be 1. And how we can find that factor is, you divide this highest degree by this highest degree. So x cube divided by x square means it is x. Write that x term. Then only constant term we will get, isn't it? So simply you put plus b. This b we will find out. So now we can equate the like terms on both the side. So first we are equating the x square term. Okay. Here when we equate the x square term, what we'll get here in the left hand side, no x square term is there. So we will get 0. In the right hand side, x square term, when we'll get 2ax into x is x square term, 2ax square. So the coefficient of x square is 2a. So 2a I have written here. Then one more way we can find the coefficient of x square, that is x square into b, isn't it? So the coefficient of x square is b. 2a plus b equal to 0. Then you can equate the coefficient of x. So in the left hand side, the coefficient of x is minus 3p. In the right hand side, the coefficient of x is, along with this x term, you can take the constant term. So 2ab we will get. Then along with this constant term, you take the x term. It is a square. Then you can equate the constant term. Constant term means here the constant is 2q. Here the constant is b a square. So from the first term, you can write, that is 2a plus b equal to 0 we have. So from this the b value is equal to minus 2a. And that b value you replace it here. So a square plus 2a into b value is minus 2a equal to minus 3p. So now you can write it as a square, and here we will get minus 4a square, isn't it? A square minus 4a square means minus 3a square. It is equal to, we have minus 3p. You can cancel minus 3 on both the sides. So you will get a square equal to p. Then come to the next one. Here also you replace the value of b. Instead of b you replace minus 2a. So 2q equal to minus 2a into a square. So both the side you can cancel 2. You will get q equal to minus a cube. And here you want to prove this condition, AP plus Q equal to 0, isn't it? So I am taking Q first. That is this condition I am taking. Q equal to minus A cube we have, isn't it? And this you can write it as minus A into A square. Minus A cube can be written as minus A into A square, which is equal to minus A into, instead of A square, what you can write? P we can write. So minus AP. So we have Q equal to minus AP. Now you take this to the left hand side. So AP plus Q is equal to 0. This only you ought to prove. So hence prove. Example 2.20. Find the roots of the polynomial equation x minus 1 the whole cube into x plus 1 the whole square into x plus 5 equal to 0 and state their multiplicity. Solution. I wrote the given equation first. On seeing this equation itself, we can say what are the roots, isn't it? So when we replace x by 1, this equation will become 0. So 1 is a root with multiplicity 3. Then minus 1 is a root with multiplicity 2. And minus 5 is a root with multiplicity 1. Example 2.22. The equations x square minus 6x plus a equal to 0 and x square minus bx plus 6 equal to 0 have one root in common. The other root of the first and the second equations are integers in the ratio 4:3. Find the common root. Solution. So it is given for both the equations one root is common. That common root you can take it as alpha. And now you can see how the second root is. So it is given the second root for both the equations are in the ratio 4:3. Okay. So one root is common. Alpha is common for both the equations. So the other root for the first equation is 4 into beta. Since it is in the ratio form, along this number it will take a scalar. So here I am taking the scalar as beta. So the second root for the second equation is 3 beta. Now you can find the product of the roots. So alpha into 4 beta means 4 alpha beta. For product of the roots, the formula is C by A. So you'll get A by 1. It is A. Then for the second equation also you have to find the product of the roots. It is 3 alpha beta. It is equal to C by A. So 6. On both the side you can cancel 3. So you'll get alpha beta is equal to 2. Now you can replace that 2 in this equation. Okay, 4 into, instead of alpha beta you replace this 2. So 4 into 2 equal to 8, that is A equal to 8. Now you can replace this A value in this equation, first equation. And you can factorize it, x minus 2 into x minus 4 you will get. So x value is equal to 2 comma 4. So here we have two values for x, isn't it? X means roots. So first we are taking alpha as 2. Alpha is a root of this equation. So x you can replace it as alpha. So if alpha is equal to 2 means what you'll get for beta. Okay, you can see here. When we replace alpha by 2, beta is equal to 1. 2 you can cancel on both the sides. Beta is equal to 1 we have. So when we replace beta as 1 in these two values, 4 into beta, that is here we will get the second root as 4. Here the second root is 3. It is an integer value only. It is given the second root should be integer. Okay. So now we are taking the next x value as alpha. If alpha is equal to 4, if you take means beta is equal to what? Here when we replace alpha by 4, on both the side 2 you can cancel, beta equal to 1 by 2. So you replace this beta value here. 4 beta means it is 2. It is an integer only. But in 3 beta when we replace it is not an integer. Isn't it? 3 into 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. It is a rational number. So 3 beta is not an integer. So what we are saying is among these two values only one will be the common root. Isn't it? Alpha is taken as the common root for both the equations. So we are saying that only alpha equal to 2 is the common root. Exercise 2.7, question number 1. Factorize x power 4 plus 1. Solution. X power 4 plus 1 can be written as x square the whole square plus 1 square. It is equal to, here we are applying a square plus b square formula. So instead of a we have x square, instead of b we have 1. So you can write it as a plus b. So x square plus 1 the whole square minus 2 times a value is x square into b value is 1. So it is equal to, this 2 can be written as root 2 the whole square, isn't it? So you can write it as root 2x the whole square. So now it is of the form a square minus b square. So a plus b into a minus b. So x square plus 1 plus root 2x into x square plus 1 minus root 2x. The next sum, exercise 2.7, question number 2. If x square plus x plus 1 is a factor of the polynomial 3x cube plus 8x square plus 8x plus a, then find the value of a. Solution. So I wrote this equation first. This is equal to, it is given this this is one of the factor of this one, isn't it? So you can write this polynomial x square plus x plus 1. we have to find the value of a. For that we have to find the other factor. Okay, so how we can find the other factor? Divide this highest degree by this highest degree term. So 3x cube divided by x square means it is 3x. So that you write first. This is the x term. So next only constant term will get, isn't it? So plus a you write. Now we are equating the coefficient of x on both the sides. So here the coefficient of x is 8. Here the coefficient of x is x into a. That is ax means the coefficient is a. In one more way we can find the x term. 1 into 3x is 3. Okay, that is 1 into 3x is 3x. The coefficient is 3. So a plus 3 equal to 8. From this a value is equal to 5. Example 2.24. Solve x plus 1 by x plus 3 less than 3. Solution. It is given x plus 1 by x plus 3 is less than 3. We have to make the right hand side as 0. So you can subtract 3 on both the side. You will get x plus 1 by x plus 3 minus 3 less than 0. Now you can take the LCM. So it is x plus 1 minus 3 into x plus 3 by x plus 3. Now you can simplify the numerator. X minus 3x, it is minus 2x. Then 1 minus 9, it is minus 8 divided by x plus 3 is less than 0. Now you can divide by minus 2. When you divide by minus 2, you will get x plus 4 by x plus 3. The inequality will change. Less than will become greater than, equal to 0. Now what you want to do is, you equate each term to 0. This x value we are finding for drawing the real line, for plotting in the real line. Okay. So you equate each term to 0. X plus 4 equal to 0 means x equal to what? Minus 4. Then x plus 3 equal to 0 means x equal to minus 3. Okay. Now we can mark these values in the real line. You will get minus infinity, minus infinity, then minus 4, minus 3, infinity. Since we have two values, the real line will be divided into 3 intervals. So minus infinity, minus 4 is the first interval. Minus 4, minus 3 is the second interval. Minus 3, infinity is the third interval. So now we can draw the table, the interval, then sign of x plus 4 by x plus 3. So first interval is minus infinity, minus 4. In between these two values, you can take minus 5. So if you replace x by minus 5 here, you will get minus divided by, here when we replace x by minus 5, you will get minus. So negative by negative means it is positive. Next interval minus 4, minus 3. In between these two values, you can take minus 3.5. So if you take minus 3.5, it is positive. Here it is negative. So positive divided by negative means it is negative. Then minus 3, infinity. Here we can take 0. If you take 0 means 4 by 3. That is positive. Okay. Positive divided by positive is positive. And in the question we have, that is in the last step, we found out like this. X plus 4 by x plus 3 greater than 0. After this only we equate it to 0. No? So that condition we have to take. Here we have greater than 0. So greater than 0 means positive. Positive means the first interval and last interval you have to take. X belongs to, and here no equal sign is there. So you have to put a open bracket. So minus infinity, minus 4 union minus 3, infinity. And listen, one condition I have to explain. That is, even if you have equal sign here, if you have equal sign, what we'll do? We'll put a closed bracket, isn't it? So even if you have equal here, you have to see the denominator. Denominator, when we replace x by minus 3, it will become 0, isn't it? So we should not put a closed bracket for minus 3. Even if you have equal symbol here, we should not put closed bracket for minus 3. Okay. Exercise 2.8, question number 3. Solve x square minus 4 by x square minus 2x minus 15 less than or equal to 0. Solution. You take the numerator value. X square minus 4 equal to 0. We have to factorize it first. X square equal to 4. So x equal to plus or minus 2 you will get. Now you can factorize the denominator value. X square minus 2x minus 15 equal to 0. You can write it as x minus 5 into x plus 3. When we add, you'll get minus 2. When you multiply, you'll get minus 15. So x values are minus 3 and 5. Now you can plot all the x values in the real line. So minus infinity plus infinity. First minus 3 will come. So it minus 3, minus 2, then 2, 5. In that order you have to plot it. Here we have 4 values. So we'll divide it into 5 intervals. Minus infinity comma minus 3 is the first interval. Minus 3 comma minus 2 is the second interval. Minus 2 comma 2, 2 comma 5, 5 comma infinity. So here we have the table. First interval. First interval is minus infinity comma minus 3. So sine of x square minus 4 by x square minus 2x minus 15. If you factorize this like this, you will get, isn't it? So if you replace in this place, it will be easy for you. So minus infinity comma minus 3 means you can take minus 4. When we replace x by minus 4, what you'll get here? Negative. Here negative, negative, negative. So all the terms are becoming negative. So minus into minus, it is plus. Plus by plus means it is plus. Then minus 3 comma minus 2. In between these two values, you can take minus 2.5. So minus 2.5 means this is negative, here positive, here negative. Okay. So it is equal to, here in the numerator it is positive, minus into minus, plus by minus it is minus. In between minus 2 and 2 you can take 0. If you replace x by 0 here, you will get plus, minus, plus, minus. So minus by minus means it will become plus. In between 2 and 5 you can take 3. 3 means 3 plus 2, 5. So positive, 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 negative. So positive by negative means it is negative. 5 comma infinity. Here you can take 6. So 6 means positive, positive. This also positive. So it is plus. We have in the question like this, x square minus 4 by x square minus 2x minus 15 less than or equal to 0. Less than or equal to 0 means negative value, isn't it? So second, this row and this row you have to take. It is x belongs to minus 3 comma minus 2 union 2 comma 5 you'll get. Okay, but listen, we have equal sign here. Whenever we have equal sign, we'll put closed bracket. Okay, so closed bracket you have to put. Then what I said, that is in the denominator what values we have, that should not become 0. That is when we replace x by minus 3. When we replace x by minus 3, the denominator will become 0. So we should not put a closed bracket for minus 3. Same way, when we replace x by 5 also, it will become 0. So for 5 also we should not put a closed bracket. For those two values you are replacing open bracket. Max homework. Example 2.21, 2.23, then exercise 2.8, 1. Thank you dear students.